Good news, everybody. It looks like Futurama is getting a reboot. These fans will just never let it go, and I am all for it. So, latest in Futurama reboot is happening, and it will be coming to Hulu. So, the television viewers might best remember writer Matt Groening for his animated sitcom The Simpsons, which premiered on Fox in 1989. Wow, The Simpsons has been going a very long time. Wow. Currently in its 34th season, the series has been a pop culture phenomenon and helped bring Groening into the long-lasting career in primetime television program. After the success of The Simpsons, Groening launched Futurama on the same network, and Comedy Central eventually picked it up. Now the series is due for a reboot. Now, I cannot tell you how excited I am for this. I grew up obviously watching The Simpsons, 1989, but I also was there watching Futurama all along the way. I had the DVDs as a kid. I got them as a birthday present around when the third season finished. It was a little box set. Brilliant. Watched every single episode of that first 3-season run non-stop. It was just one of my favourite pieces of television to watch, and to this day still one of my favourite series. So a little bit of backstory in case you might have forgotten. I don't think you have, but Futurama did debut in 1999, and its loyal fan base kept the animation science fiction series on the air for 140 episodes via various networks. So obviously after the first time it got cancelled, Comedy Central did pick it up, and they had a very, very good run with it. I enjoyed the run. I thought it was good. I believe they had 4 movies, well, like direct DVD movies, and then continued on with the show. Now, what we know about this is that the cast is coming back. So the original cast members are going to be in the show. So obviously actors like Katey Sagal, John DiMaggio, Phil Lamarr, Lauren Tom, and Maurice Lamarche, Tress MacNeille, and Frank Welker are all coming back. Now, there was some little bit of drama around what happened there, which we will get on to later on in the video. But before we continue on, if you like what you hear today, hit that like and subscribe button, as it really does help the channel. So what's happening here is, after Fox officially cancelled it in the early noughties, Futurama had once been revived with reruns and new episodes on Comedy Central. Fans of the show have been angling for a new wave of episodes, since other television series from that time period have been rebooted recently, according to The Hollywood Reporter. Futurama is getting a reboot through the streaming platform Hulu. Now, the thing is, a reboot does make sense. So the last episode that ever aired of Futurama involved basically Professor Farnsworth had a type of time dilation device, and Fry and Leela essentially got to travel the world while time was frozen. It was a beautiful ending to the show. It was just perfect. It was perfect ending to the show. I loved it. But when the device, basically when they fixed it, it essentially rebooted the universe. And I think one of the last lines is, should we go at it again? It was a beautiful episode. If you have not seen the last episode of Futurama that aired, go watch it. It is just a beautiful episode. I cannot stress that more. Now, on to this reboot. Creator Matt Groening and writing partner David X. Cohen are set to return to help develop Futurama for its intended reboot, as this will be the third platform on which the series has aired new episodes. Hulu has laid out a blueprint to feature 20 new episodes of the acclaimed series. Now, the reboot will have new episodes in 2023, so it is coming this year, so we cannot wait. Now, as I said, the original cast will return for the reboot. So here we are, and as I said, there was a little bit of controversy, so I'm going to go through kind of what happened here. So even though the original creators and writers of Futurama had been confirmed to come back to the reboot, the television show on Hulu, it had not been determined until recently which voice cast members would reprise their role. Billy West, who initially voiced the main character Philip J. Fry, Professor Farnsworth, and Dr. Zoidberg, has been confirmed to come back and voice the same characters for the Futurama reboot. Lead actors Katey Sagal, Phil Lamarr, the Simpsons alumni Tress MacNeille, and Lauren Tom will all return to their same roles. Canadian actor Maurice Lamarche of Pinky and the Brain fame will also reprise his parts as Kif, Morbo and Calculon. Now, this brings us on to John DiMaggio, the voice of Bender. So, as I said, the controversy around this was DiMaggio was holding out, and he obviously initially voiced Bender, the cigar-smoking, spirited alcoholic robot who was best friends with Fry. DiMaggio entered negotiations to reprise his role with Fox and Hulu for a raise in order to come back, but held off on signing on the reboot for quite some time. Now, what was around this was, it was around money, okay? So DiMaggio wanted higher pay for himself and his castmates. He not just himself, like everyone that was voicing the characters. So DiMaggio stayed true to his convictions that the rest of the Futurama cast should be paid more in order to return to the Hulu reboot. Variety reported in February 2022 that DiMaggio wanted more respect for the work done to keep the series and its popularity alive. He stated that the time Bender is part of my soul and nothing about this is meant to be disrespectful to the fans or my Futurama family. It's about self-respect. Believing the television industry had waded into waters of corruption and greed, where it takes advantage of its artists, which it absolutely does, by the way. They really, really need to unionise. John DiMaggio tried to negotiate for more money. However, his efforts provided to be fruitless, and he eventually returned to the Futurama 1 month later to begin productions on the reboot without pay rise. Now, my speculation on this is that they were going to replace DiMaggio, and that's why he returned, because he didn't want to see anyone else playing Bender. Bender is a character that is very close to DiMaggio. He put his heart and soul into Bender, and you can tell because Bender is just a brilliant, brilliant character. But I have a feeling they kind of strong-armed him, and basically that's how they got him back in, which is sad because the actors should be paid what they're worth, and I love this cast and they deserve every cent they get. The plot is being kept under wraps, so yeah, we don't really know much about what's happening in terms of what the plot will be. You know, as I said, we do think it is a reboot. And then obviously, as I touched earlier on in the video, it's around the cliffhanger that basically happened within the very last episode. So spoilers ahead if you haven't seen it. 7 seasons of Futurama ended with the episode titled Meanwhile, where Fry and Leela became engaged. A time machine built by Professor Farnsworth sends the two lovebirds on an adventure where they see their lives together in the future, growing old and travelling the world. However, the time machine is triggered to reset the entire series from the beginning again, leaving much to be desired. That synopsis really doesn't pinpoint what that entire episode was about. As I said, if you have not seen it, go see it. It is a brilliant episode, and I thought a really, really fitting end to Futurama. It was definitely, in my eyes, one of the best episodes that I ever heard. Now, I will be covering this more as more information comes out, so the more we hear about this Futurama reboot, the more information and more videos I will be making. But I want to hear what your thoughts are. Are you excited for this reboot? Do you think they should just let it lie? I want to hear your thoughts on this. And also, if you liked what you heard today, hit that like button and the subscribe button, as it really, really does help the channel. If you didn't like what you heard, drop a comment down below and let me know why, so we can open up a dialogue. Have a great day. Catch you on the next one. Bye bye.